guys, it's Caitlin. So today I am filming a storytime video and I am literally so excited. This story gets me so pumped. Like, I have never experienced something so cool and so fun and exciting and nerve-wracking in my life. This was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Wow, so much excitement in those few seconds. Like, woo! But I am very excited for this video and I just want to address a few things before I get started really quickly because I'm sure you guys want to hear the story, so like I'm just gonna tell you guys these things really quickly. So first of all, I just want to address the fact that I've been gone for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months, almost 2 months, and that's really annoying, especially because my last thing was just a vlog. Which I don't like to do that to you guys. I literally just leave without notice and I'm sorry. I really hate doing that, but school started up and then it was like school, extracurriculars, I have 2 jobs, plus I babysit sometimes, and I have a social life. And I know you guys are like, excuses. I will try my best. I'm not gonna post videos every week for sure. I'll try, but it's not 100% certain, so don't think I'm saying I'm posting videos every week, because I'm not. I'm saying I'll try my best, but like, I also just want to say that this video is not clickbait. All the stuff that I am talking about in this video is 100% true. Everything happened. You can ask my dad. You could track down Justin Bieber's old tour bus driver and ask him. Literally, this is the truth, and I would have shared this with you guys sooner, but I was actually not supposed to share this information. This story took place 4 years ago and they told me not to share anything on the internet with it, but I figured it's been 4 years now, it's probably fine. But if it's not, I'm really sorry to Justin's tour bus driver, because if you still happen to be his tour bus driver, I don't know if you will be for much longer, because I'm sorry. But I don't really have much else to say other than that you guys should subscribe to my channel. If you're new, I would like it if you subscribed and you know, gave it a thumbs up if you like Bieber. Even if you don't like Bieber, give it a thumbs up, and let's get on with the video. So basically, I'm gonna set the scene for you guys. About 4 years ago, I went to Justin Bieber's concert and it was in Toronto. I think the concert was December something. It was December something of 2012, and I was a super hardcore believer. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you remember that I was obsessed. Literally, it wasn't even like mildly obsessed. It was like very obsessed. And even though I still love Justin, I'm not like that anymore. Those videos are privated though, so don't try to find them because you won't. I privated them. Basically, my dad though, he wanted to take me down for the day. We think we left my house around like 11 or something. We probably got there around like 12:30, and we were just on the hunt for Bieber, like anything, like maybe meeting him, getting a glimpse of him, seeing family members. Like, we were on the hunt. We had a mission and there was no going back. Like, we were in it to win it. Wow, so many of those phrases. So my dad and I went down and we drove down in his car, and then we like pulled his other car that we were gonna drive around in like in the back. And the reason that that's relevant is because it was like it's like a type of Mini Cooper or like mini car, but it's like not really that popular, I guess. Like, I don't know, when people see it they think it's really cool. Like, that's all I have to say. I'll try to insert a picture of like what the car looked like that day, because we decked it out in Bieber. We put like Bieber mobile on like the front and like the sides. We had Bieber faces, like, and then we also threw Marge Simpson, this like big statue thing, in the seat with me. So that was really cool. And it definitely like drew like a lot of attention to people, and it's probably why most of this story happened. My dad, whenever he goes to Toronto, he always parks in this spot that's like free, and it's like, I want to say it's like near the docks, or I honestly don't know where it is, but he always parks there. We went and we were driving up and we noticed that there was 2 tour buses sitting there, and I was like, Dad, like, what if those are Justin's tour buses? And I was going into fangirl mode. My dad decided to ask the guy if this was Justin's tour bus. So we were driving, because we like saw the guy sitting there in the front seat, and we were like, we should ask him. So we're driving and we get his attention, and the guy rolls down his window, and my dad's just like, hey, like, is this Justin's tour bus? And he's like, yeah, like, this is Justin's tour bus. And honestly, I was freaking out. I was like, Justin's tour bus. Like, there was like nobody around. Like, it wasn't like fans or anything would know that they were there. So there was nobody else there. Like, it was just the tour buses. There was other cars and stuff, but like nothing to do with Justin. My dad pulls over and we park, and we drive over in like our little mini car, and we're like really excited to talk to this guy. So my dad's talking to him, and he comes out of the tour bus and he's like, hi, like, talking to us. And as soon as my dad started talking, the first thing he said was, is there any way that my little girl can go on Justin's tour bus just to see it? It'd be really cool, and like, she loves him a lot. And the guy's like, sorry, like, I can't do that. I would get fired, probably lose my job, and you know, if anybody found out, it would just look really bad on me. And my dad's like, okay, like, it's fine, like, we totally understand. But my dad kind of like talked to him for like 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not sure what about. I was probably in fangirl, like, La La Land, taking photos. I was touching the doorknob. I was like, yes, get it, yes. Literally, I was fangirling, and I don't even know what my dad and this guy were talking about for like 40 minutes. But they were talking for a while, and like, they kind of had become friends. So right before we're about to leave, my dad just asks him one more time. He's like, is there any way that my little girl can go on the tour bus? Like, are you sure that there's no way? And he was like thinking about it for a second, and he's like, okay, like, I guess you can come on, but like, don't take any pictures, like, you can't show anybody these or whatever. He actually, the tour bus driver, did let me take one photo, but it was just me with like the inside of Justin's door, like the part that's inside the tour bus, because it had JB engraved in the door. I'm really excited. I'm going on the bus, and my dad didn't end up coming on. It was just me and the guy, the tour bus driver. And so we go on, and I'm so in awe that like, I just couldn't even do anything. I wasn't allowed to take photos, like I said, but like, as we walked through, it was basically like couch, and then I can't remember if there was another couch on the other side. But we kept walking, and there was like this little sink and like table, and then we there was like a few bunks for other people. But then you go, and then once you get to the back, there was like this button or like code that he had to put in, and the door slid open once he did it, and it was Justin's room. And I literally like was so in shock. I didn't even go in. Like, Caitlin, what were you thinking? Like, I literally could have went in there. I could have sat on his bed. I could have done so much, but I was so in shock that like, I just didn't even know what to do. It was fine though. We walked in, and I didn't actually go in his room. Like, I probably could have, but I was just so in shock, like I said. And I remember looking around though, and it was like, Bieber was engraved in the headboard, and it was like this almost, I don't know how to describe the color. It was kind of like a yellowy, whitey, like beigey. It was beigey yellowy, I think. Like a color headboard, colored leather headboard, and then it had Bieber engraved in the headboard. And literally, I was like freaking out, and he just had like a white comforter on. It was like, yeah, it was pretty chill other than the headboard. That was really cool. But so I was like freaking out. I was like, this is where Justin Bieber like is living right now. Like, is this actually happening? Like, somebody pinched me. Like, that was just the highlight of my day. Like, the day had just started, and I'm like, this is gotta be like the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. And honestly, I still tell people this, and it's like one of my favorite memories because it's the coolest thing, like I said, that's ever happened to me. Like, that's so cool. But there's more to the story other than just that. So basically, after we like talked to his tour bus driver, he gave us his card and stuff, and I don't remember if my dad and him stayed in contact, but yeah, the guy was taking photos and stuff with our car. He was loving it, so I think that's also kind of why that like helped. We said goodbye and we left, and we were like, let's go to Justin's hotel and we'll just wait outside, because there was probably a lot of fans out there. So sure enough, when we got there was so many fans everywhere. It was like Belieber everywhere. Like, I felt so in my like in my zone, not in my zone, felt so in my comfort zone. I don't know if that's the right word to use there, but because it was like everybody was there for the same reason, and we all wanted just to see Justin, but he wasn't coming out or anything. But as we were waiting, we saw Justin's grandparents, and they were like in the hotel, and we were all freaking out. We were like, oh my god, like that's Bruce and I think Diana, is that her name? Not too sure. We're like, oh my god, we were freaking out. And so they weren't letting any like young girls, any boys or girls that were like wearing Justin Bieber merchandise into the hotel, because they knew that's why they were going in. But there was like a restaurant attached to the hotel, and my dad just like went through there because he was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, Caitlin, and I'm like, okay, not really thinking much of it, and he left. And next thing I know, I see him in there, and he's like, he was waving to me, and I'm like, Dad, like, you're standing like so close to Justin Bieber's grandparents right now, you don't even know. And I'm like, Dad, like pointing at them and stuff, and he's just like so oblivious. He's like, oh, like them, they're his grandparents. And like after a few minutes, my dad was being so silly, and like I don't even think he said anything to the grandparents, but like he got freaking kicked out of the hotel because they realized that he was a Belieber's dad. So I was like, nice one, Dad. These like SUVs started to pull out, and Bruce came out of the hotel, and there was like this like little kind of gated thing, and he walked out and he gets on the tour bus, and I'm like, Dad, like, should we go or should we wait to see if Justin comes? And he's like, let's go now. I'm like, okay. So my dad and I get in our little car and our little Mini, and we're like driving along, and literally I think it was Ryan Good, he rolled down his window and he took a picture of our car, like our little Mini. I was freaking out, and I was like Ryan Good, like I love Ryan Good. Like I was just, they're driving to the venue, so we were just kind of following them, and we stop at a red light, and I'm like, Dad, get their attention. So he's like getting the tour bus driver attention, and it wasn't the same guy that we had talked to, it was another guy, because it was a different tour bus driver, because there was 2 buses like I said. And so basically we were waving, and I was like, hi, like, can you get Bruce for me? Like, I'd really like to talk to him. And he's like, sure, like, I'll get him. And so he's like, Bruce, like, somebody wants to talk to you. So Bruce comes up, and he's like, hi. And I'm pretty sure he was wearing like a yellow shirt. I don't even know how I remember this, but I was just freaking out. And I was like, hi, Bruce, like, oh my god, this is so nice to talk to you. Like, can you tell Justin that I love him, and like I support him, and I'm just like, I'll be there for him or whatever, like through everything. And I don't even know what I said, a bunch of mushy stuff. That little 11-year-old Mrs. Bieber at the time, I thought I was telling Bruce, and I was like, can you tell him? He's like, yeah, sure, like blah blah blah. And he's like, and I was like, it's nice to meet you. And then the light turned, and we were still kind of talking as it was going along, but I was like, oh, like, it was really good to meet you. And then we kind of lost them, and he was like, oh, it was nice to meet you too. And like he was like, bye. And then they drove away, right? My dad was still trying to follow like the tour buses the entire time, even into like the freaking venue, and I'm like, Dad, we can't. And then we got like escorted, or not escorted, we got like told to go the other way. I know that I probably didn't even explain the story that well, and you guys are like, Caitlin, you could have explained that like so much better, but I don't know if storytelling is really my forte. But I wanted to share this story so badly with you guys, because it's been like something I've wanted to tell you for so long. Because when I was a hardcore Belieber and I like made Bieber YouTube videos, I was like this would be such a good video. But this was honestly probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to me before. I mean, like, I was on Justin Bieber's tour bus. Like, I've been where he's been. Like, I've never been so like in awe before, and I'm so grateful that all of that happened. And honestly, I don't think that would have happened without the help of my dad. And yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you to my dad and the car, because our little car really helped us out for a lot of that, got people's attention. And thank you for the bus driver for like letting me go on the bus, because that was so amazing and so cool. And it was so like, he was not allowed to do that, but like he broke the rules anyways. That was so cool. And I need to think of another word for cool, but I'm so hyped right now. But yeah, so I had such a fun time. And then we just went to the concert, me and Sierra. She like met up with us, and my dad left, and then me and Sierra went to the concert. It was fun, and he was amazing, and I still think it's so cool, and it's something I'm never gonna forget. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this story time as much as I enjoyed making it, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!